After being reborn as the tragic heroine of a romance novel, I accidentally picked up the wrong script, the one where I'm deeply in love with the second female lead. When she tripped and fell, I tore into my A-list actor boyfriend. A whole person falls down right in front of you, and you just stand there? Are you just decorative? When she was getting attacked by online trolls, I grabbed my phone and single-handedly launched a counteroffensive. When she posted a photo with my boyfriend, I commented, "You have such terrible taste in men. Let me set you up with someone decent." My boyfriend. The other woman. Later, my boyfriend had me blacklisted from the industry, but the girl he did it for, the supposed other woman, spent the entire night comforting me. "So you're blacklisted? Big deal," she said, her voice fierce. "If it comes to it, I'll quit the industry with you." That was the night the system, which had been frozen since my arrival, finally came online. BCZT- Host, aren't you supposed to be suffering a tragic miscarriage right now? Why are you getting all lovey-dovey with a second female lead? I took my best friend and my boyfriend hiking. They teamed up to push me off a cliff. The good news, I was caught by the park staff. The bad news, one was wearing all black, the other all white. They looked suspiciously like the Grim Reaper's interns. They told me I'd lived a good life, so I was due for a great reincarnation. Before they could finish, I was whisked away. I had transmigrated. The bad news, there was an accident during the transfer. The system crashed and went offline. The good news, before it died, it managed to toss me the script. This whole whirlwind of events left me speechless. I opened the script, and the first page had only one sentence in a massive, bold font. Unconditionally protect the female lead. Jewel Song. The good news, Jewel Song and I were filming the same reality TV show. The bad news, she had just fallen down right next to me. The top star, Liam Riverwood, was standing right in front of her. From his angle, all he could see was the picture of delicate distress. Jules, clutching her knee, brow furrowed, biting her lip, looking utterly pitiful. And then there was me, standing beside her like an idiot. Her eyes, shimmering with tears, flickered towards me. "Julia, you." Her tone was loaded with meaning. Every head swiveled in my direction. The most piercing gaze belonged to my secret boyfriend, Liam. I used the few brain cells I had left to analyze the situation, and then pointed my finger squarely at him. "A whole human being managed to fall over right in front of you. Are you just paid to stand there and look pretty?" The live stream chat exploded. What? Why is she blaming Liam? Is this woman insane? Wow. Shifting blame much? Pathetic. Liam himself was stunned, clearly not expecting me to say that. I pointed at Jules on the ground. "You were standing face to face with her." I was standing to her side. "Geometrically speaking, you had a much clearer view. Not only did you fail to catch her, but you just stood there like a statue after she fell." "What? Were you waiting for her to bounce back up?" Hearing this, Jules tried to push herself up. "It has nothing to do with Liam. I was just being clumsy." I rushed to help her, but the moment my hand touched her, she let out a sharp cry of pain. Liam panicked. He shoved me aside and swooped in to lift Jules into his arms. A pang of pain shot through my heart. Except he couldn't lift her. He tried again, grunting with effort. Good news, he got her off the ground. Bad news, he threw out his back. Even worse news, he dropped her. A shriek escaped my lips. My God, with a spine as fragile as a sparrow's fart, what possessed you to even attempt a Princess Carrie? Liam's face turned black. I swiftly scooped Jules out of his failed embrace and gently set her down on a nearby chair. For a moment, a look of sheer disbelief crossed everyone's face. Is Julia having a breakdown? Of course I wasn't. I just didn't want to fail my mission. Yes, that had to be it. I successfully brainwashed myself. I turned to get the first aid kit. When I looked back, Liam had already moved Jules just outside the camera's frame. He was kneeling in front of her, blowing gently on her scraped knee. Is that better? Jules smiled faintly. His voice was laced with a sort of weary fondness. You're still so careless when you walk. Another pang. Sharper this time. Jules started to say something else, but then she saw me. She gave Liam a little push. Julia's here. Liam glanced at me, a flicker of discomfort on his face. I knew why. According to the script, I had been with him since he was a nobody. We had survived on instant ramen and shared single chicken wings. Back then, the most sincere thing he ever said was, "The day I make it big, I'm going to tell the whole world I have the best girlfriend ever." But when he finally made it, he found a new girl. And another. And another. Jules was just the latest in a long line, though she might be the last. She was the prettiest, the most understanding. Thinking of this, I asked him, if I hadn't come over, were you planning to keep blowing on her knee all day? Jules looked nervous and reached for Liam's arm. The other cast members and the crew started looking over. His voice was a low warning. Julia, don't push it. That set me off. I'm pushing it. Liam, are you an absolute moron? Do you have any idea how disgusting your mouth is? It's a petri dish for bacteria, and you're blowing it all over her open wound. What if it gets infected? The entire set went silent. Then, a few people failed to stifle their laughter. Liam's face burned with humiliation. You what? Bad back, and a bad brain to match. Liam stormed off in a rage. I grinned, kneeling in front of Jules with a cotton swab. The Neanderthal's gone. Don't worry, I'll disinfect this for you. Because Jules was injured, the rest of the day's activities were scrapped in favor of a cozy fireside chat. Aside from Liam, who was forcing a smile, everyone else seemed to be in good spirits. The producer threw out a question. What's the most unforgettable, hateful comment you've ever received online? Jules was the first to speak. She glanced at Liam, then said softly, in all my years in this industry, the thing that stuck with me the most was from 3 years ago, when my fantasy drama aired. Someone called me a thief. I froze. If I remembered correctly, I was originally cast as the female lead in that drama. The day before filming started, I was replaced by Jules. Coincidentally, the male lead was also swapped out for Liam. Thanks to his star power and promotion, the show became a minor hit, and Jules gained 1 million followers overnight. The live chat started buzzing again. I remember that. Jules got so much hate. Julia's fans were brutal. Well, Jules did steal Julia's role. People are allowed to be mad. You all called Julia a husband before, now you're calling her fans crazy. Make up your minds. LMAO, cyberbullies always find a way to justify themselves. Jules continued to recount her experience with the online mob, but I couldn't listen anymore. I pulled out my phone and started scrolling. Back then, every morning I'd wake up and my DMs would be full of people cursing me out, telling my whole family to die. She was crying now, her eyes red and swollen. Liam moved to wipe her tears, but then he noticed me, head down engrossed in my phone. Julia, is this your idea of respect? I had just looked up when he snatched the phone out of my hands. Ethan Siegel, another A-list actor on the show, saw Liam defending Jules and quietly looked away. Liam slammed my phone down on the table. Since your phone is so fascinating, let's all have a look, shall we? He was furious, and the crew didn't dare intervene. All the cameras zoomed in on my phone screen. Even though I knew the show was basically created for Jules, having my privacy exposed like this still stung. Liam opened the social media app one was on. The notifications tab was a sea of red with a 99+ badge. He tapped on it and froze. Troll_101. Am I the only one who thinks Jules is a total fake? Jules S. Knight in shining armor. Yes. You are the only one. You are special. You are a unique little star. You are the light, the truth, and the one true myth. Hater_4_life. Jules isn't even that pretty. Why do so many people like her? Jules S. Knight in shining armor. Life is dull and full of pain, so a toad critiques a human. Random user 89. Ick, Jules seems kinda basic. Jules S. Knight in shining armor. Oh, unlike you, I suppose. You're like a goat that farted a sheep's fart, both gassy and pretentious. I had decided that replying to them one by one wasn't efficient enough, so I'd made my own post. Feel free to list all your complaints about Jules' song here. Get it all out of your system. I'll be deleting all of it shortly. How dare you disrespect my queen? I am on the internet for one reason. To make Jules an empress. Those who follow me will prosper, those who oppose me will perish. Those who dare criticize me to my face will have their bloodline cursed for 9 generations. Those who petition me online will face extreme punishment. Those who slander me in public and have it reach my ears will be gifted a vial of poison and told to do the honorable thing. The set was dead silent for a long moment. Finally, Ethan Siegel spoke up. Julia, this Jules S. Knight in shining armor, that wouldn't happen to be you, would it? I looked down and picked at my fingernails. Is that a problem? The system script told me to unconditionally protect Jules, and I was doing a fantastic job. Maybe too fantastic. Fans online were starting to suspect we were secretly dating. And we weren't the only ones caught up in shipping rumors. So was Ethan. He was Liam Sr. in the industry, a respected actor, who'd never had a single scandal. But during today's live streams, he had looked visibly dejected 4 separate times. Each time was right after Liam and Jules had a close moment. While the producers held an emergency meeting, I cornered him in the hallway. Ethan, have you seen the trending topics online? He shot back. Julia, have you seen the ship name the fans have given you too? Because our names both started with a J, fans had started calling us J squared. I seem to recall you and your junior colleague Liam aren't exactly close. And I seem to recall you and Jules weren't exactly close either. Our eyes met. We suddenly lunged forward and hugged each other. We're 2 lonely souls in the same boat. I can't believe I found a comrade here. After a reunion, I asked him, "What's your mission?" He sighed. The system crashed the second I got here. It only had time to throw the script at me. My role is the tragic protagonist of a romance novel. The other protagonist is Liam. For the love of God, why did that sound so familiar? Pardon my asking, but what's your system's ID number? Ethan calmly stated 3 digits. 250. For the love of God, it was the same one. The system was truly as idiotic as its ID suggested. This raised a question. But seriously, why are our roles so weird? I'm Liam's girlfriend, but I have to protect Jules. You're his senior colleague, but you're supposed to be tortured by him. A thought flashed through my mind. I've got it. A spark of hope ignited in Ethan's eyes. I stated my theory with grave seriousness. Liam's bisexual. The spark died. I don't know if other people believe in the light, but in that moment, I saw it get extinguished from Ethan's eyes. The disappointment was palpable. So you're saying, Liam and I are in love, but he's fallen for Jules? And for her sake, he abandons me and ignores me over and over until I fall into a deep depression and die, at which point he finally realizes that I was the one he loved all along. I snapped my fingers. As expected of an award-winning actor, your ability to piece together a plot is top-notch. He frowned. But you're his official girlfriend. I tooted. You just don't get it, do you? Me, Jules. We're just pawns in your twisted game of angsty love. TSK, this is juicy. You love Liam, but Liam is all over Jules. And me, his secret girlfriend. Not only am I not mad, I'm actively trying to steal Jules away. Wow. Who wrote this stuff? It's wild. Ethan rubbed his temples. So what I need to do now is act like the heartbroken original partner whose boyfriend is cheating on him. I gave him a sympathetic look. Ethan had been in the business for over a decade, playing countless iconic roles. This would be his first time playing a man whose boyfriend was cheating on him. The thought of such an elegant, handsome man having to play a tragic lover made me shiver on his behalf. I patted his shoulder. Look on the bright side. You're in your 30s. Prime time for a career challenge. Ethan sighed, and his gaze suddenly shifted to something behind me. My heart skipped a beat. I whipped around to see Liam standing in the doorway, his expression unreadable. Behind him stood Jules, her face a mask of disbelief. She looked exactly like someone who had just caught her boyfriend cheating. I yanked my hand off Ethan's shoulder. Jules bit her lip and ran off. I instinctively moved to follow her but was blocked by Liam, who at-seagulled on me step by step. He sneered at Ethan. I never knew you had a hobby of hitting on other people's girlfriends, Ethan. Ethan's face was a portrait of grief. There's a lot you don't know, isn't there? I'm the one whose girlfriend is being hit on. Why do you look so heartbroken, Ethan? Ethan just stared at him. I stared at him too. Liam looked confused. What? Why are you both looking at me? A faint redness crept into Ethan's eyes. Do you really not know what you've done? Liam. What did I do? Ethan didn't answer. He just turned and walked away. Liam turned his bewildered gaze back to me. What did I do? I was still lost in admiration for Ethan's superb acting, so I ignored him too. Liam exploded. Seriously, what the hell did I do? The consequence of ignoring Liam was I got kicked off the show. In other words, Liam assumed I was using Ethan to make him jealous. Now that he was officially jealous, my continued presence would interfere with his plans to promote Jules. So he cooked up some excuse and had me replaced. Just like that, the best gig I'd landed in my entire struggling career was gone. The male lead of a tragic novel, ladies and gentlemen. That's the kind of power they wield. On the way home, Jules sent me a photo. It was a picture of her and Liam. In it, they were holding each other close, and Liam's eyes were filled with a look of pure adoration. It was a tenderness a tenderness that Ethan had never seen. Seeing it, I felt something was off. After a moment's thought, I forwarded the picture to Ethan. Jules sent another message. Are you sad? I typed back. A little. The indicating she was typing appeared and stayed there. I didn't have the patience to wait. I just let loose. You're an A-list star, for God's sake. You're rich. You're beautiful. Why do you have to be into him? What's the appeal? His bad breath? His weak back? His terrible temper? Can you please have some self-respect? Jules. Is that all you wanted to say? What else is there to say? Liam is your boyfriend. Me being with him like this, aren't you angry? I thought about it. If you're willing to stoop to his level, what right do I have to be angry? You have such terrible taste. Let me introduce you to someone better sometime. Jules stopped replying. I figured the live stream must have started again, so I quickly switched apps and jumped into the broadcast. Liam was cooking dinner for Jules. Guess number 1. Liam is so sweet to Jules. Ethan lowered his head. Guess number 2. I've never seen Liam be so gentle. Ethan's eyes grew red. The chat filled with question marks. Wait, am I the only one who thinks something is weird here? Why is Ethan reacting like that? It is strange. What did Liam do to him? Are those two secretly a thing? Okay, but is no one going to talk about Julia? Jules has been so down since she left. True, you can totally see it. Jules is miserable. A world where only Liam is happy has been achieved. Someone started speculating about why I left. I jumped into the fray. Why else? Obviously, a certain A-lister didn't like her. And it wouldn't be the first time he's pulled something like this. Did Liam even wash his hands before cooking? Hope he doesn't give Jules food poisoning. He's such a fake. You have no idea what he's like behind the scenes. I fired off a dozen comments in a row. The good news, I successfully started a firestorm. The bad news, I forgot to switch to my burner account. My comments blew up. The show was forced to go on an emergency hiatus as Liam was thrown into a PR crisis. He called me, his voice ice cold. Explain. Now. I rolled my eyes. In your dreams. And just like that, I was blacklisted. It turns out, Liam wasn't just a pretty face. He had serious power in the industry. With a single word from him, no director would dare hire me. The thought of my impending poverty and my failed mission made me miserable. I popped open a Yoo-hoo and started singing a sad, off-key song. Didn't listen to my parents. Now I'm paying the price, made my bed, and now I lie and it can't buy back all my bad advice. Jules found me in this pathetic state. What happened to you? You're so full of chocolate milk. I covered my face. Wah. I've been blacklisted. Jules threw her arms around me. So you're blacklisted? Big deal. It's not the end of the world. If it comes to it, I'll quit the industry with you. I froze. But your career, you can't just throw that away. She looked down. It's not as important as you. I was stunned. Am I really that important to you? Of course. You're the kindest person I've met since I entered this industry. Other people are nice to me because they want something. But you want nothing. The truth is, when I sent you that photo of me and Liam, it was just to make you mad. I didn't want you to be with someone else. I suddenly remembered when Jules first started out. As a newcomer, she was constantly pushed around. For one tiny role, she wrote a 4,000-word character biography. The actress playing the main lead had laughed at her. It's a bit part. Why waste so much effort? You'll probably only ever play maids. How do you know I won't make it big one day? And she did. Jules made it big. But now, she was willing to throw it all away for me. A strange, bittersweet feeling pricked at my nose. By the time I managed to suppress it, Jules and I were clinging to each other in a tight hug. And that's when the system's bizarre shriek echoed in my head. Ha ha ha. After 250 login attempts, I'm finally online. It paused, taking in the scene of me and Jules in a heart-fit embrace. Wait, what the hell is this? Host, aren't you supposed to be suffering a tragic miscarriage right now? Why are you getting all lovey-dovey with the second female lead? The system sounded like it had just walked in on its cheating spouse. Any trace of a tender atmosphere vanished. What did you just say? I demanded. The system screeched in panic. For the love of God, I mixed up your script with Ethan Segal's. What do I do now? Oh, the scripts got mixed up. Wait. The scripts got mixed up? I knew that ridiculous plot fell off. So, I was the one who was supposed to be tortured by Liam. My knees buckled. Coincidentally, Ethan arrived just in time to catch me. What's wrong? Jules glanced at the empty Yoo-hoo cartons on the floor. She's had too much to drink, I think. My eyes met Ethan's. A shared wave of despair washed over us. We both shakily brought our milk cartons to our lips and began to wail in perfect, rhythmic unison. Wah! Jules panicked. Julia, don't cry, Julia. Ethan looked thoughtful. This scene, I feel like I've seen it in a TV show before. I wiped my mouth. That's not the point. The point was that the system wanted us to try and force the plot back on track. Ethan and I conferred in private. The plan was this. I would go back to Liam. Everyone would assume my kindness to Jules was just a ploy to get his attention. Ethan could then swoop in to comfort Jules, which would explain why he always looked so sad whenever he saw her with Liam. With our strategy set, the first step was to cut ties with Jules. I found her. Jules, something's come up. I can't go into the soba noodle business with you anymore. The color drained from her face. Did something happen? No, it's just my time has come. No, that's not right. What I mean is, you should go back to the womb for a bit, and I'll come find you when I'm done. Arg, no. That's not it either. The farewell speech was getting more and more confusing. I finally just steeled myself, turned, and walked away. Let us part ways here. By the time I was out the door, my face was streaked with tears. Ethan handed me a tissue. Your acting just now was phenomenal. If you could bring that to a movie set, you'd win an Oscar. I took the tissue, balled it up, and shoved it into the back pocket of a passing kid's jeans. I'll take that as a compliment. Seeing my near-total mental collapse, Ethan wisely said nothing more and got into the car. Inside, we both pulled out our phones and started searching for everything related to Liam. The first thing that popped up was a screenshot of his recent posts. Liam had completely abandoned his former cool, aloof persona. My therapist told me to write my feelings down. Okay. I feel like a rotisserie chicken at Costco. Just spinning. Endlessly. Just saw a guy trip on the stairs and kneel before me. Scared the hell out of me. For a second, I thought they discovered I'm the secret emperor of the universe. Life is as pointless and confusing as that little bow on the front of women's underwear. I want to be a sugar baby, but instead of sugar, people just Venmo me money. My get ready to film kit. An extra face. I lose mine a lot. An old Nokia. For throwing at people who annoy me. A Kylie Jenner lip kit. To show the fans how hard I'm working. Flamin' hot Cheetos. Useless, but they burn so good. Astronaut ice cream. Can be used as a last resort to summon the ghost of Neil Armstrong. Even if I was a shapeshifter, I still couldn't get a taste of your shapeshiftasy. Rich people go to Switzerland for assisted suicide. I'm in a barn looking for leftover weed killer, but I drink it, and it turns out to be dog pee. The world gave me the middle finger, so I pooped on it. Now it's both a statement and a modern art installation. Stop looking for unhinged memes to post. Just print out a page of your life story. It's already unhinged enough. Me. Ethan. System. When did he get transmigrated? The system started rummaging frantically. Let me check. 5 minutes passed. No results. I made a snap decision. Take me back to Jules. The car pulled up outside our building again. The kid I'd stuffed the tissue on was just pulling it out of his pocket. He saw me, yelped, and ran away, clutching his butt. I sprinted back into the villa. As I opened the door, I found Jules quietly crying. I thought you left. I wrung my hands. I just wanted to ask, where are we going to source our noodles for the shop? With Jules placated, Ethan and I set off again. Half an hour later, we found Liam curled up on a sofa shitposting on his phone while cross-referencing memes on a laptop. It was the same face, but his eyes had a certain manic clarity. Definitely a fellow transmigrator. Ethan, you look truly pathetic, searching for unhinged memes on your laptop. Me? I get it. A few years ago you were a quirky relatable guy, last year you were a chaos gremlin, and this year you just copy-paste Dadaist text posts and complain that no one understands your art. Liam looked up from his computer. I'm gonna call 2 vans full of guys to come mess you up. Haha. Haha. 10 minutes later, he had finished his posting spree. With a vacant look in his eyes, he told us a story. He was a college student who had died of exhaustion after pulling an all-nighter copy-pasting memes. He woke up as Liam, and the system gave him one mission: become the #1 shitposter in the entertainment industry. With his past life experience, he was excelling. A little too well. His fans thought his account was hacked. After his team issued a clarification, the fans decided he was having a psychotic break or was possessed, and they had already sent for both a psychiatrist and an exorcist. Liam was on the verge of tears. Seriously, who transmigrates and immediately has to start posting surrealist memes? Can't I get a normal mission? I died and came to a new world. Can't I just live a good life for once? Hey, wait a minute. I'm a top star, I'm handsome, and I'm rich. Ha 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 ha. Liam was ecstatic. The system was even more so. 3 hosts. I found it. Host Liam's mission is, why does he have the script from a completely different book? It's over. The whole timeline is going to collapse. Liam raised a hand. Quick question. What happens when it collapses? The system was online, but it sounded dead inside. You will all disappear. You will lose everything. Liam swayed and fainted into Ethan's arms. I died from shitposting, got reborn to shitpost, and now I'm going to die from shitposting again. Is this my eternal curse? Ethan patted his shoulder twice, then looked at me. Is there really no other way? I snapped my fingers. Of course there is. 3 months later, production began on a new TV drama, My Boyfriend Might Be an Idiot, starring myself and Liam, with Ethan and Jules in supporting roles. The plot: a woman supports her boyfriend as he rises from an unknown actor to a top star, only for him to cheat on her with a popular actress. After repeated heartbreak, the woman falls into a depression and dies. Only after her death does the man realize she was the one he truly loved. The second male lead swoops in to be with a devastated actress, who realizes someone can love her for who she is. They get together, leaving the original male lead to grieve alone. Yes, that's right. We were acting out the exact plots we were originally supposed to live. By experiencing it in this meta way, we could hopefully check off the boxes and satisfy the universe. Because the plot was so insane, filming was difficult. Week 1. Liam acted professionally. Week 2. Liam started getting antsy. Week 3. Liam rediscovered the art of shitposting. Week 4. Liam bought a crate of old Nokia phones and started throwing them at us. This new version of him was extremely hyperactive. When he couldn't win a Nokia throwing fight against me and Jules, he'd target Ethan. But Ethan seemed to have some kind of magic power over him. No matter how wild Liam got, he would instantly calm down in Ethan's presence. Week 5. Liam found new ways to torment us. Jules was getting fed up. He's like a monkey, jumping around all day. I can't even have a 2-sentence conversation with you before he interrupts. So, I went to Ethan. Can you please get Liam under control? Jules is at her wit's end. Week 6. Liam became a perfect gentleman. I was intensely curious how Ethan had done it. After hesitating for a while, I pushed open the door to Liam's dressing room one afternoon. There was Liam, fast asleep, nestled against Ethan's chest. Ethan's chin rested on the top of his head, one strong arm wrapped around his waist. The visual impact of their two handsome faces was overwhelming. I stood there, frozen. Ethan heard the noise and looked up, putting a finger to his lips in a shoo gesture. I quietly closed the door and left. When I got back to my own dressing room, Jules was draped listlessly over the sofa. The moment she saw me, she launched herself into my arms. I caught her, and she looked up from my embrace. How did Ethan get him to behave? I spoke with the gravity of a wise sage. From now on, we must show Ethan the utmost respect. For he, my dear, tamed the beast with the power of his beauty. 3 months later, we wrapped filming. Thanks to the star power of its cast, the show's ratings went through the roof. Viewers called it trashy, addictive, and brilliant. Just as fans were clamoring for a sequel, the four of us announced our retirement from the entertainment industry on the same day. Every social media platform crashed. It was like 10,000 Nokias exploding at once. Compared to the chaos online, the four of us were remarkably calm. Ethan was leaning against a pillar, his eyes on Liam, who was a short distance away, having a Nokia throwing battle with Jules. I walked over to him. I didn't think you'd quit too. If I stay in this business, I'll be followed by paparazzi. Forever. I'd have to hide my relationships while shooting romance scenes with women. It was bound to blow up sooner or later. Better to just get out. Ethan clearly felt the same. What are your plans now? Do you need any financial backing? I'd almost forgotten. Both Ethan and Liam came from wealthy families. As the tragic heroine, my character didn't get such a cushy starting setup. But we were young. We could build our own future. We'll figure it out as we go. First things first, I'm opening a soba noodle shop. You all better come to the grand opening. Just then, Jules and Liam came running over, phones in hand. Babe, look at this. Honey, look at this. They were showing us a post from a popular blogger. Because of all the buzz, our old reality show was being reanalyzed. The blogger had done a frame-by-frame breakdown of our body language and gazes, concluding that Ethan was hopelessly in love with Liam and I was unconditionally devoted to Jules. Liam scoffed. The fact that they figured that out is terrifying. We should throw a Nokia at them. Jules. Would one be enough? Ethan. They got it wrong. We all looked at him. What did they get wrong? He pulled Liam into his arms. It's not hopeless. I nodded. They definitely got it wrong. I pulled Jules to my side. It's mutual. We all looked at each other and smiled, the online gossip feeling miles away. 2 months later, Jules and I opened our soba noodle shop. Liam and Ethan came by once before getting busy with their new life together. Jules and I started traveling. A few months after that, we all gathered at the shop again, catching up. A beggar appeared outside. Jules gave him a large bowl of noodles. He was so grateful, he started stamping his feet. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. The four of us looked up at the same time. That voice. The beggar looked up too. I ventured a question. 250? The beggar froze, the chipped bowl falling from his hands and shattering on the ground. Hosts. I've finally found you. The system ate 3 bowls of noodles, drank 2 bowls of soup, devoured a plate of ribs, and let out a soft burp. Liam looked at him seriously. He eats a lot. A single Nokia might not be enough to take him out. Jules stroked her chin. I'm thinking at least 2. System. According to the system, his mistake with our scripts had caused a cascade of timeline disruptions across multiple worlds. Even with our metadrama fix, the damage was immense. He'd lost his entire fortune trying to pay for the damages and was sentenced by the main system to panhandle until his cosmic debt was paid. He was sobbing now. It's so much money. How many years will I have to beg to pay it all back? Just put me out of my misery with a Nokia. Just then, 3 figures appeared outside the shop. The one in the lead was a man with sharp features and a cool, aloof aura. A black overcoat was draped over his arm. 5, let's go. The system's face lit up. Senior, what are you doing here? His senior didn't speak, just draped the coat over the system's thin shoulders and smoothed down his hair. Puffed. I then noticed the 2 women behind him. One was as vibrant as a spring flower, the other as serene as bamboo in a quiet valley. They were holding hands. The vibrant one was the one who had laughed. Your senior heard what happened and dragged us here immediately. I've never seen him so frantic. The system shuffled his feet. It was my fault. I messed up the plot and racked up a huge debt. It's already been paid. Wow, senior, you're amazing. The other woman raised an eyebrow. You only praise your senior? We pitched in too. My 2 senior sisters are amazing too. The system happily bounced off with his 3 colleagues. The 4 of us looked at each other. Well, they're gone. Should we? Let's go. Time to see the world.
Moral of the story. If you ever get reincarnated into a romance novel and the plot starts looking like a group project written at 3 a.m., just commit to the bit. Because apparently, bullying your toxic boyfriend equal to character development, simping for the other woman equal to correct route, befriending the second male lead equal to emotional support DLC, and opening a noodle shop with your soulmate equal to true ending unlocked. Also, if a mysterious system gives you a life mission, double check the script, then triple check, then assume it's wrong anyway and follow your heart. And most importantly, if life throws you off a cliff, blacklists your career, and hands you the wrong storyline, just vibe, start a business, and date the girl instead.